Chris, you know that guy? You know, the guy that was in that show.
He's that guy, you know. He's that guy in that show. That guy in that show.
Hey, thanks, Prof. We've got a good one for you today. This week's That Guy That Was in That Show is Theodore Teddy Wilson. Prof, can you please enlighten myself and the rest of the listeners about Theodore Teddy Wilson?
You betcha. Theodore Teddy Wilson was born Theodore Roosevelt Wilson on December 10th, 1943 in Harlem, New York City, USA. He studied music at Florida A&M University, but switched over to acting and then went back to New York and joined the Negro Ensemble Company. Did a whole lot of theater and then got his way to Hollywood. He was in Cotton Comes to Harlem, The Hunter, A Fine Mess, That's Life, Life Stinks, Blood In, Blood Out, Cleopatra Jones, Big Trouble, and Stewardess School, among many others. He was in a lot of blaxploitation films back in the 70s. He did an awful lot of TV. I think that's where I've seen him most. He was in The Waltons, where he played Hawthorne Dooley in one episode. He was in Rollout, That's My Mama, All in the Family, Sanford and Son, What's Happening, The Jeffersons, Good Times, where he played Sweet Daddy Williams, a street hustler. He was also, not only was he in Sanford and Son, he was also in Sanford Arms, the kind of follow-up to that show. He was in The White Shadow, Give Me a Break, Golden Girls, Alien Nation, Dallas, Family Matters, Tales from the Crypt, Mama's Family, Quantum Leap. He was even in an episode of The Partridge Family, and MASH, and Beretta. He was in The Bionic Woman, Phyllis, Kojak, Policewoman, and in the 1985 version of Twilight Zone. Theodore Wilson died July 21st, 1991 at the age of 47 in Los Angeles, California, USA. I think I remember him most from a lot of those, from the Norman Lear shows, the All in the Family, Sanford and Son. I can't really place him, when I look at a photo of him, I can't really picture him talking or acting. I can't picture the roles that he was in, but I absolutely recognize him and know that I've seen him in a million things. He's a very typical that guy in that show. Chris, I'd love to hear what you think about Theodore Teddy Wilson.
Thanks, Prof. I thought he was a brilliant and talented actor that appeared in a lot of shows that I watched as a child. I want to start off with a show called That's My Mama with Clifton Davis. He played Earl the mailman, semi-recurring character in there. Watching Good Times, he played a character named Sweet Daddy, who was like this loan shark guy, really, really sleazy guy, but he just nailed the role. Both of these two different opposite characters, but he was perfect as both of these. Prof, I'm a fan of a really uber creepy movie called Carney, and this had a great cast. It had Robbie Robertson, it had Gary Busey, and it had Jodie Foster in the middle between these two guys. The movie also had Elijah Cook Jr., fantastic actor, and we inserted Theodore Teddy Wilson among this cast as well. Really, really good stuff there. Just to see these guys sort of do a hustle, always on the lam, and that's their life. Prof, all the shows that you mentioned were stuff that I grew up with. The Waltons, MASH. The episode was The General Flipped at Dawn, Beretta, Good Times, Phyllis, The Bionic Woman. Are you kidding me? And the list goes on. And Kojak, Policewoman, What's Happening, The Dukes of Hazzard, The White Shadow, The Golden Girls, 227, Give Me a Break. Just all these shows that I watched. And there's Teddy Wilson. So I think he was a great recurring that guy. And as we were doing research for the episode, I found out that he passed away at 47. And that's way too soon. That's way too soon for such a talented and versatile actor and someone who evidently the producers liked and could trust because he just nailed all the parts that he was in. Fantastic, that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Very talented actor and just a part of our lives in the 70s. Just one of those guys. So this week's That Guy in That Show is Theodore Teddy Wilson.
He's that guy, you know. He's that guy in that show.